We're at Barnhouse Village, which is 5,000 or so year old village in mainland Orkney, right in the epicentre of all the major significant structures of Neolithic Orkney. There's probably about 10 structures here, most of which they think are houses, but in front of us we've got a structure they named Structure 8, which they think has more ceremonial significance because it doesn't seem to have any wee spots for people to sleep. It has what seems to be a bit of a fence, sort of a structure around it, so you come in at one point, have to walk sort of quarter of the way around the outside of the actual building itself to get into the inner opening, into the inner structure. So it's about a similar dimensions to the inside of Maeshowe, about 5 metres by 5 metres. I think Maeshowe is probably about 4 metres by 4 metres. So there's a good chance that there might be some sort of similarities between what this was used for and what Maeshowe was used for. One of the big differences though is the fact that it's not got a really long narrow pathway, sort of tunnel to get into it. This one's quite short, so yeah, so interesting anyway, because we couldn't actually film inside Maeshowe, so this is a good wee look at something a little bit similar. Over here you can see the entrance into the inner enclosure between these two standing stones, and then we come around the front here inside the wall to the opening of the actual structure itself. So they were saying that there's like a ceremonial hearth that you need to cross over to get on inside there, which obviously has some sort of symbolic reason for doing that. I think that might be this wee square that we can see right in front of us there. The other interesting structure here is this one here, Structure 2 I think they called it, and this is more like a house, but it's different from the other ones because it has two hearths in it. So you can kind of see this one over to the left hand side here, the big square, and then just in over the other side of the partition wall there's another one right there. So they're not entirely sure why it was built this way, but yeah, it's quite unique. We haven't come across any built in a similar way to this so far. To the north of the Barnhouse site we can see Maeshowe. We're unable to film inside, but captured some pretty nice photos during the late afternoon. Maeshowe was built about 5,000 years ago as a burial tomb, and it's believed the builders lived in the Barnhouse settlement, which is where we're standing at the moment. From the Barnhouse site we can also see further to the south the standing stones of Stenness, which is the remnants of a stone circle. So there's 4 stones still standing within the circle, and then we also have the anchor stone over closer towards the Ness of Brodgar. Across the causeway between the two locks you can see the Ness of Brodgar, so just behind these buildings there's an ongoing archaeological dig of a Neolithic settlement, and then way over into the far west we can just make out the ring of Brodgar, which is a huge stone circle about 4,000 to 4,500 years old.